Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, we are back. Mr. Orlin, aka the Trillion Dollar Man, Dr. Evil 10%, aka the People's Champ, myself, Sir Neverlook, aka the Excellence of Execution, and no surprise, Mrs. No Show. Still no show. Pod 191. What's happening, guys? We're back.
Man, it's good. It's good having the crew back.
And we've actually
Four
got
Bs
used
are
to
back
do the
together.
intro. Well,
Yes,
three
yes.
Bs. We've got used to do the intro again.
Yeah. And the sun was shining today.
It was.
The cloud seeding where we have 100% grey skies and a little drizzle 24 hours a day for like the whole of 2026. It's like they've run out of seeds for all these fucking clouds that they've put up there.
More conspiracy theories. Like I said, should do an episode about the conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories that turned out to be true.
That's how there's the whole podcast, isn't it?
I was gonna say you could do a whole line of them. That could be our diversion.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the latest one which I was reading about was Pizzagate.
What's that?
So this was there's an elite set of paedophiles, basically Epstein's Island. That's what it's about. So it's a massive conspiracy theory back in 2016. I mean, it turns out to be true. And it's meant to be about these big elite paedophiles. So, you know, some of them who've been named in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there you go. There's a conspiracy theory which turned out to be perfectly sane.
Yeah, basically pizza. There was pizza and hot dogs. It was, and basically, if you order pizza, that's a girl, a little girl. If you order a hot dog, it's a little boy. So it's code.
Well, there's a really weird code which I read about for the Epstein emails, which is jerky.
Oh yeah. Some jerky, yeah. And
Which
it's
is
really
eating,
sick.
which is eating children. I'm like, that can't be true.
Yeah, you just don't know, do you? Because we know they released it on purpose, but another little conspiracy came true this week
Oh.
again. Barclays sent me a nice little letter as always, saying they're going to close my account for irregular activity as always. And I'm just like,
Did
As
you-
always.
So, is that your main account, or do you
Yeah.
use something else?
it's my main bank, yeah.
Have you got other bank accounts?
Yeah. I've got a bank account with every major high street bank. So it would only just be an annoyance. It wouldn't massively affect me. But I always like to fight these things just to go, well, why? Yeah, because they asked for a load of information, but they were just completely nondescript. So they just went, we want a load of information. And just give you a really basic form that basically goes, where's your income coming from? And can you have proof? And it's under a load of categories like investing, salary, consultancy, like property and all this stuff. And it's just like, what am I meant to write on this like little one pager that could possibly make sense? Like clearly you need the documentation and So I call them up and just be like, look, what do you want? Like, what is this? And they fortunately, like, this girl was actually very nice and friendly and just went, I'll go and speak to the fraud team. She walked over and just went, oh yeah, that basically there should have been, basically they're listing a couple of transactions. There's a couple of large transactions in your account, and they just need proof of funds, or source of funds. I was like, okay, that's fine. I can send that. And then so I sent it, and then you hear nothing. So I call them back. I'm like, right, you've got it now. I refuse to send it in the post as well. I'm like, I'm not sending this stuff in the post. I haven't got a printer. I'm not printing it in a public space. So I'll email it you. And they went, fine, yeah, we've got an email address. I'm like, it's interesting how you don't tell me about this. They try and make it hard, right? They just want to close my account. They want to make it too hard for me. And then I didn't want to let them let the time run out either, because they left me, they gave me like 14 days to do this. And I think Royal Mail a bit on strike round by me, so I didn't get this letter for 10 days. So I called them the day that I got it, but then I looked at the date and it said like mid-Feb on it. I'm like, what the hell? Like this I should have had this ages ago, and I've only got like 3 days left. So I quickly did it, but then you hear nothing, and then I called them back. I'm like, is that okay? Is the information good? And the girl's very friendly again and goes, "I'll go and ask the floor team." I'm like, "Before you go, can't you just put me through to someone?" And it's like, "Oh, I think they're not taking calls at the moment or something." I'm like, "Yeah, of course they're not. They're fucking cowards in the back, just fucking denying people's accounts." So she goes over, comes back after about 10 minutes and goes, basically, they're still looking at it. I'll call you back if there's a problem. And if you hear nothing, it means it's all fine. I'm like, this is great customer service, this.
So these large amounts were this Bitcoin related?
Yeah, of course it was.
Was this to pay for some big improvement to your property?
Yeah, I'm obviously doing my garden, aren't I? So I just took a bit out to basically get me through the next couple of months worth of fucking paying for patios. And and clearly I understand that it throws up flags. I get it, but it's just their aggressiveness. And they're just
Yeah.
they're just so fucking rude.
I know.
Yeah, it's also like it should be you've got proof that it's fraudulent. You shouldn't
Yeah.
have to put the burden like that. But I think with your patio, it's going to be one of the most expensive patios in the world, isn't it? It's going to be more than a Saudi prince's in 5 years' time when Bitcoin's 15x. And I'll be like, I'll come round and I'll be looking at this patio just going, man, that's some nice patio.
Cost fucking tens of millions.
Yeah, it's got like this strip of patio, it's £1 million.
I don't know, but that goes for everything we do, isn't it? Like you buy a sandwich
Everything.
for like £3 now, you're like, that cost you £1,000 in 10 years.
Yeah,
We've got to eat,
Yeah.
right? We've got to fucking eat.
You gotta eat. You gotta eat. I'm doing an interesting one right now. So I tried. So my work is I am a consultant and I get paid gross. And obviously, I had the chats with ChatGPT, and rather than just simply paying the tax on it, I just thought, right, well, I can defer the tax and put it into Bitcoin. But when I've been looking at some of the exchanges, they do have corporate or business style accounts as opposed to a retail investor. But not a lot of them actually allow for UK entities to be onboarded. So I was going through them and I was just like, oh, I can't do that with Coinbase. It's only like certain countries. I think it was the US and then somewhere else. You can go on a waiting list.
Hold on,
Then
what would you want to do in this company account?
just simply buy Bitcoin.
But inside a company instead of an
Via
individual.
correct. Inside a company instead of an individual.
So you can pay
Yeah.
yourself dividends from the company as opposed to income tax or
Well,
capital gains.
No, so essentially, rather than paying um, your normal tax that you would have to pay, again, because rather than paying like I don't know 40% tax, you pay
Well, it's-
20% tax.
Yeah, it's 20. Well, it's 24 on Bitcoin, isn't it?
24,
24%
yeah.
capital gains.
That's it. So I was just like, right, well, I'll do it this way, and I'll just put it in there, but you can defer it because you would only then pay the tax when you actually come to sell it. So rather than paying, I don't know what it would be like on, let's use 100 grand, you pay 24 grand, right? Well, okay, if Bitcoin 10x's and it's $1 million, okay, I have to give you 240, but I'd keep the 760. All good. So anyway, trying to find an exchange to actually do it was very, very difficult. And I landed on something a company called CoinPass. And so I'm using them. So they are FCA registered, tick, and actually a UK based company as well. So all the major ones. I was going to go to Kraken. I may still look at Kraken as well.
Well,
But
we
what
need to
I
have
found
business
is,
accounts, so-
but what I found is you can't use the same, obviously you wouldn't use the same email address, but you can't have the same telephone number. And I only have like a single telephone number. So Bitpanda were like, so I said, well, I'll cancel my retail account with you, and then I'll open up a business account with you. I like you, but I've still been a Coinbase fan since day one. Just habits. And ultimately they were like, yeah, you can do that, but we don't offer business UK accounts right now. So I was like, right, okay. So yeah, it's not as easy as you would expect.
No, because it's one of them where Kraken now. I think I mentioned this last week, but they do. Obviously, one of the big benefits is OTC, right, over the counter trading. Kraken offer that on personal accounts now.
Yes.
It has to be you have to do at least 50K in a trade, either buying or selling. That's the only barrier to entry. But
Yeah.
before, you had to be a super high net worth individual, and I think it was millions, wasn't it? And all done over email. Like, you had to have a personal
Correct.
contact there, and yeah, it would be phone calls and emails, and man, it's a right freaking faff. I guess if you're doing 10 million quid, 100 million, then it's kind of worth it. But yeah, for 50K, you don't really want to be having weeks of conversations about stuff. You just want to freaking get the deal done. And a Kraken now have a great product that does it. And the biggest advantage is it's zero fees.
Yeah.
So, and it's just guaranteed confidence that the trade will go through. It also really helps with taxes actually, because the entire trade goes through on one price. Because typically the way I typically would either buy or sell Bitcoin is you basically I would always do like technically a trade. So whatever the market price is, if you sell it at that, typically the fees are way higher. So you need to say it like buy slightly above where it is, or set a buy price below, and then
Yeah.
sell slightly above where the price is. That's always nice, where you just get a little wick up and it fills your order. And the same with down, like you want to
Yeah.
kind of just go, oh, I want to buy, but I want to get a little deal. I'll
Same, I always do that. I
set it
never ever
1%.
buy at whatever the market rate is. I always set it below and leave
Yeah,
it there, and makes you look like a genius when it finally dips down there. And it's
yeah.
like, yeah, okay, great.
And occasionally that it runs the opposite way, and you fucking
Correct,
cursing
it
yourself.
does.
You have to delete the order and put it all the way back down, all the way
Yeah,
up, and
yeah.
it stings like hell. But the bad side about that is that your tax form looks freaking insane. Because if you are selling a relatively large amount of Bitcoin or buying a large amount of Bitcoin, basically it gets filled at lots of different prices all
Correct.
around the price that you had it. Normally,
Yeah.
but sometimes fractions of a penny or a penny above or below. And there could be 200 different mini trades where, say, you were selling half a Bitcoin. Basically, not one person bought that half Bitcoin off you. There's like freaking 70 people that all bought a fraction of a Bitcoin each. And so you get a massive document that is 70 trades that you have to kind of highlight for the tax man and be like, it's all these. That's only actually one sell, but it's seven. It looks like 70, but it's not, because look, they all closed in the same couple of seconds. These were all just the bids on the thing. But OTC, one line, half a Bitcoin sold for that price, this date, done. So yeah, I feel like an ambassador for Kraken at this point, but yeah, they are really good,
I'm gonna try them actually.
and
Don't
they've
know
never threatened to
why.
close my account. Coinbase, well, I think I'm on year 5 or 6 now of having my account pending under investigation. It is not closed; it is under investigation.
So
Must be
can
the
you
most.
access the things on Coinbase?
I can log in and I can look around, but if I'll go to the buy page. There's a big red banner there that says you're under investigation, and there's no buy or sell buttons. So I haven't
With
once chased it.
Kraken, this is just saying from an AI perspective. It's saying to open up an account with verification typically taking 2 weeks or more. I messaged specifically CoinPass today via email. They got back to me and said, and I'm just reading now, because my key thing was, can I take self custody of Bitcoin using your platform. And they said, yep, you can withdraw your assets to your own wallet after purchase and whitelisting of your cold storage wallets on our platform. If you're able to speak sometime today, please let me know a time and I'll call you on your mobile via my business number below. And that was from, it's showing as Jeff Hancock, co-founder and CEO.
I can guarantee that's not it.
I guarantee it's not Jeff.
Unless Jeff's desperate and actually drumming up business himself.
Yeah, actually offering just to call random customers just to be like,
Yeah, exactly.
no, I'd imagine the AI there is just, I think all the websites say it can take up to 2 weeks, but they all say that, and it typically, especially at the moment, I'd imagine you get it done in 24, 48 hours.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Everywhere will do it. Obviously, the only time it goes crazy is when it's a massive bull run, and they all just get flooded with applications, and then that's when they get swamped, don't they? Things start breaking. And that's when it can take a month to get your account open then. But at the moment, I'd imagine just about every exchange on the globe would have you trading inside a day. I'd be surprised if it took longer. Because normally as well, they're fuckers as well. It's a little bit like the gambling websites. They let you open an account, they let you deposit, they let you buy. It's if you win, or if you try and take custody of your Bitcoin, or you sell something and try and take that money out, that's when compliance comes in. The compliance only comes from taking money out of these platforms. Putting it in, they largely turn a blind eye to it. They let you go crazy. But then they go, oh, actually, you probably shouldn't, before you can take money out of our platform, you have to follow our KYC, and that's still in process, so you're going to have to wait. So they also like pulling that one. They want any friction on the way in. And then they put friction on the withdraw button because they know everyone's going to sit there and make sure they get through the verification on the withdraw button. It's like
100%.
You know, they've got your money at that point, so now they're like, yeah, now I'm going to sit you through and fucking, we're going to have a half an hour conversation with your mum about whether you ate your greens when you were 5. Like, how's that relevant? It's like, don't ask questions. You sound like a Nazi. Right. Talking of
Good story.
Should we? Can we just chat shit for an hour? Nah, go on.
This is what they missed. This is what they want.
It is.
It's like, I don't know if you're still watching it. I still watch the overlap, but the beginning of the overlap, before Gary says, right, and then gets into it, they have the rant.
Yeah.
That's our rant.
It is, right. So we've got basically this Justin Belcher guy, or Bachelor, Justin Bachelor. I don't know, I've never said his name out loud before. But he's been doing a lot of really good research recently, like really, really good research. And this is one of his stories that he's kind of broken himself.
Yeah.
And it basically it's just quite a long document here, right? So it goes on and on and on. But essentially, it looks at the 10 a.m. drops, which have been well documented. And we've got another tweet here that basically just marks out all the 10 a.m. Bitcoin just basically dumped at 10 a.m. This is American time, very regularly. And it really killed whatever momentum we had. Like sometimes it will recover, but then whenever you're coming from a recovery, these 10 a.m. sales would always just come and really slap us down. And yeah, so people are going, it's this Jane Street. And essentially Jane Street are one of the companies that work on behalf of the ETFs. So they seem to be in the middle, and essentially people are very split on this. Basically, Justin here is going, Jane Street are bad actors. They're doing this on purpose, and they're trying to suppress the Bitcoin price. But then the counter argument is, well, they're just doing what they're being told, right? So if there's a load of sales in the ETF, they are the middleman that actually then sell the Bitcoin on behalf of the ETFs. So that's all they're just doing. They're just processing transactions. It's the people in the ETFs that are selling, not Jane Street.
Yeah.
But then there's still the counter argument to that one is, yeah, but they seem to be saving it up 10 a.m. Why would you do that? There's various kind of still conspiracy theories around it.
Yeah.
I personally think it's a little bit in the middle, where, yeah, I don't think Jane Street Capital are particularly bad actors, probably like genuinely trying to suppress the price of Bitcoin. But I think selling these huge chunks at 10 a.m. looks very clumsy. You should just spread these throughout the day. You shouldn't be reliable. Obviously, doing it the same time every day is that's just suicide, right? Because you're just going to have people trading you. Everyone's just going to short the market at 10 a.m. every day, right?
Yeah.
It's just so you're not doing the best for your shareholders. You're being given a task here to sell an asset. I understand you probably need to sell that asset within 24 hours, if not sooner. But yeah, splitting it up, spreading it through the day, doing it at different times, that would seem more sensible. But what do you guys think? Did you get through the article? It's a long one.
I didn't get through the article because I'd actually watched a video on it, which I just put in our chat.
Okay.
And it explains a little bit about who Jane Street are, because I'd never heard of them or come across them. And ultimately, he says that the way that they operate is a bit different because they're not a hedge fund. They're actually using their own funds. So this is how they kind of get away from any regulatory stuff. And what they're doing is manipulating the market by buying and selling at certain times, but knowing the fact that because they have such a large amount of capital, when everybody then goes to, when the price of Bitcoin goes down, they are then buying it back at the lower price, and then getting the money via the arbitrage that way.
Right.
And they've also had previous doing it to the Indian stock market, and also they've had some lawsuits against them as well, which have been pending because again it's seen as, well, they believe that they've found a loophole within order to do it, but yeah, it's an interesting outfit of about 300 people or 3,000 people.
It's interesting how just reading some of the notes on that video you sent, and
Yeah.
it says in here they're one of the few. Apparently, they are the secretive trading firm behind more than 10% of all US stock trades.
Yes.
They're the people
Yes.
behind.
Who are they attached to?
Guess.
Oh, is it Vanguard or is it
BlackRock.
BlackRock?
BlackRock.
BlackRock.
It's always one of the two, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always.
I didn't really-
Always.
Yeah, suddenly now I didn't realize they were fucking in bed with BlackRock and did 10% of all the fucking sales on the US stock market. No, they are absolutely playing a game.
Yeah. So it is 3,000 employees. So yeah. They are playing.
I bet they're all fucking Jewish.
Here we go again.
No, right. Let's have a look. What do you want to bet? I'm going to put Jane Street CEO.
I'm in LinkedIn right now.
Is he
I'm doing
Jewish?
it. Of course, I'm doing it.
Is he?
I mean,
Is he?
I've just seen the compliance and operations lady, and her surname is Shah. Say no more. Ooh.
Right, I'm asking. Apparently,
Yes.
he's donated to Israel before.
Yeah. Shaukat Hayat, Chief Executive Officer. Oh no, that's in Jan Group. Okay, let's go back to Jane Street.
I'm going to ask Grok. He seems to be trying to hide it. But you can see that little cap on your head.
But yeah, there's a number of there are a number of
Oh,
people at the firm
Who
of
are we
that
looking at? Rob
religion and
Granieri.
faith.
yeah, whoever the CEO is.
It says it doesn't have a traditional CEO, so I don't really follow what that is.
Oh, right. They're trying to hide who runs the company now then. Oh, yeah,
I'm
Granary, yeah.
just looking through the names, and they are. They are.
What are the chances?
Did I
100%.
send? Did,
100,
did
one
I
in one.
send?
What's
Yeah,
the
I think
chance?
it's something which a friend sent me, and I dropped into the group, and it was all the like links to all the presidents and prime ministers at the moment, and how they all do come from the same group.
Yes, he is Jewish. Fucking. It
Of
took a
course, of
while for
course.
Grok to admit it, but here he is. So it does not have a former CEO. However, you can't fucking hide. There's a load of senior executives, co-founder Robert Granary. Why do
What is
Granary is
but
Jewish.
this kind of like links into one of our later stories, but what's SBF? Is he also?
I don't know actually. I know his parents are.
Well, his parents are. It's a lineage.
Yeah, but yeah. So bizarrely, yeah, here we are. Yeah, have a look at Jane Street. I didn't realize the BlackRock connection at the time, but who else? Fun fact: Sam Bankman-Fried and Caroline. Fucking remember gorgeous Caroline down here.
I
And
thought when I saw the
Sam.
name, I thought we were going to get onto the video tonight.
Yeah, apparently they met before they set up their little what was it, Alameda and then FTX. They met at Jane Street.
Ah, yes.
That's where they banged.
Yes.
Yeah, but she's meant to be a quant, isn't she?
Yeah,
But
that's where
Talking
the
about they
band
both are.
started.
They're both autistic geniuses, and I
but
won't
they
hear.
aren't.
And they did not just get bankrolled by their Jewish parents that are funded by BlackRock. That is not true. It was done all on merit and brain power. How dare you, anti-Semite scum? What they call it?
Uh,
Go him. You go him. Is it no, a goyim?
that doesn't sound right how you pronounce it. The second, yeah, but that's
Goyim.
probably the right way. Goyim.
Let's call you a golem. I don't know how to say their Jewish words, but you're a fucking golem for not being Jewish.
Uh,
How dare you? How dare you not be Jewish in 2026?
I think
Disgusting.
we just got all three strikes in one episode.
I'm defending them now. I fucking, I cut my cap down. Just a little one here. Fucking.
can I wear a cap? I was going to say, can I wear one of those, or does that not work?
Oh no, I think you definitely should. It's like the
Oh, I'm
anti-bowl
sure.
pack.
Yeah. You can do it. You can do it.
Just grow some
I've
hair
seen,
there. Have like a
I was going
hair
to say,
transplant.
I
Fucking
could, I
put
could
I've
it.
get
seen
like a.
many of them wearing a cap with receding hairline.
You know, I would wear the shit out one if I had a fucking bowl patch and I was Jewish. I'd be wearing it all fucking day. Easiest hair
Yeah.
transplant ever. Just slot it in the bowl patch covered. Every day my little cap would get bigger and bigger. And eventually, like, why is your cap so big? It's like, I'm just that Jewish. I'm just fucking loving it. I fucking love it. It's like, are you just bald, Gaz? No, I'm fucking Jewish.
Oh,
Wow. Sign me up to BlackRock, baby. But yeah, who else is back? So it's a nice little blast from the past where you see SBF and good old Sam and Caroline. Someone else is back, and it is these two fucking legends.
Yeah.
Fucking Alexandria. I know that's Alexandria Shelby office. What's that? Heather Morgan and Ilya Lichtenstein. Yeah. So anyone that doesn't know Helen Morgan, oh my God, like Helen Morgan. And what was her
num
alter ego?
Ras
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Razzle fucking
Razzle something. Yeah.
yeah, which look, it's just it was either the pictures of like two too
Oh,
mean.
bloody hell,
How can
graphic.
this? How can this? There she with her boobs out, like just
I love how she had a Dyson as well.
Dyson. But
She's holding like one of
Oh
those little
Oh
yeah,
golf
yeah,
balls.
yeah. Dude. Only you would be looking there, Ross.
oh yeah, she's about to snort up a load of chili powder.
I was gonna say she likes that Dyson.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
Razzle Khan.
Razzle Khan, that was it.
She's
That
got
was
a
it.
dirty, dirty house and she's cleaning it. That's what she's doing. Good
Oh
suction on
gosh.
her. So here that's the legend, which is a bit bizarre, but bizarrely, what makes it even weirder is I think mainly her fella basically stole. I think it was like
I
four
think it's
billion.
100.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I think when he stole it,
120,000. Was it?
I think when he stole
Bitcoin.
it, it was something like 20 million, and then it absolutely
Yeah,
ballooned up to billions.
120,000 bitcoins. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I was trying to remember, and I couldn't find the information for, is I swear there was something really stupid about the hack which he made, as in, was it Bitfinex were really stupid in their security?
yeah. There was. Basically, there's a hot wallet that they'd been using, and he managed to find it and basically just emptied it. And but there's a really good, there's a really good documentary on Netflix about these guys, and
Oh,
Really?
I saw it years ago, and I didn't bother watching it, going, oh, I know the story, but I didn't know the story. Basically, Ilya, his dad, is a world-renowned hacker and has hacked numerous very senior and like CIA type websites. Got caught and seemed to do a deal, got out, and then Ilya seems to have tried to play it straight. He had a startup, made loads of money, but then seemingly then just decided on the side to do some hacking, and he was doing various bits of hacking here, there, and everywhere, and eventually just found a vulnerability in this Bitcoin exchange and just robbed them of 120,000 Bitcoin, which yeah was worth hundreds of millions at the time, but then yeah the price ran up and it ended up being worth billions. And then the way that they originally told the story was he was a bit stupid, and it was just a really dumb way of getting caught because basically he did this really complicated kind of hack, or at least it looks complicated. But then he waited for ages. They basically wanted the money, so they just sent some money to one of their exchange accounts in their own name, and then tried to sell it, and they got nicked. That isn't what happened at all. He was tumbling. He was putting his Bitcoin through shit coins. He was mixing it, put it into one shit coin, into a stable coin. He was doing thousands and thousands of transactions to try and get him off the scent. But the problem is, the scent can just still be followed, when it's this large amounts of money. And basically, at the end of all this, they did find eventually, after like 300 steps, he finally sent some money to an exchange that was in his name, and then they got him. But this was all back in November 2024. He got sentenced, so like a year and a half ago. But for some random reason, we don't really know why, but President Trump has just pardoned him.
Yeah, that
And
was
he's
the
out.
weirdest thing about it. I was trying to
correct.
find the information
Yes.
for why, and there's nothing out there.
Yeah. But I guess you don't have to give explanations as to why, I guess. It's just, I guess it's just like wrongful imprisonment. But you just go, well, this guy did steal a huge amount of money. He got caught. Because the Ross Ulbricht one, which obviously was the last Bitcoiner that Trump has pardoned when he, day two of coming in, when that was obviously for running Silk Road. And you can see there's a grey area there. Did he steal any money? No, he just created a service that allowed people to buy and sell things using Bitcoin as the medium of exchange. And the fact that drugs were part of the products being brought and exchanged for Bitcoin, he basically got charged with being a head honcho drug dealer and got 140 years and was clearly was not it's a kingpin. That's what they charged him with. It's very rare to get the kingpin charge put on you, but it basically means that you're not just running one gang of drug lords or drug dealers. You're running multiple gangs. You're like the kingpin at the top, where you've got all these generals all running around, all basically got thousands of people working for you. So you take the head off the snake, and then suddenly it all collapses. Well, that wasn't what he was doing at all. You're just running a website. So that made sense for him to be pardoned. Obviously, Trump didn't say why. They never do. But as a Bitcoiner, you kind of understand his case, and you go, well, yeah, that was clearly a very harsh punishment. He's been in prison for 10 years now for doing that. Surely it's time served to let the poor guy out. He doesn't need to die in prison. But Ilya, he's only been in prison for a year and a half. I think maybe a little bit longer, because I think he got sentenced in November, but I think the trial probably took a year. So maybe he's in prison for 2.5 years. But technically, he stole at the very least hundreds of millions, but at some point, billions. He's got let out after 2.5 years. What does he know? So this sounds like another one where I've got a feeling his dad, when he got caught hacking, did a deal with the US government to basically go on side. He's probably been doing good work for them for decades now. His son's now, like father, like son. He's gone off and done some hacking, been successful again. So I wouldn't be surprised if his dad's kind of stepped in here and gone, look, well, your son is much more valuable to you on the outside working for you than just sitting in a cell rotting. So how about we pardon him? I'll get him on board. He'll be a CIA asset. Just tell us what you want to do, and we'll do that. Now it's two of us. So I'm guessing it's that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like, his case seems like an open and shut case. It's just, it doesn't matter whether it's Bitcoin or any type of money, right? I don't really agree with the court system and the justice system for this type of thing, but it is what it is. And when you steal hundreds of millions or billions of dollars worth of a thing, the punishment that comes to you is minimum 20 years in prison. Minimum. And for whatever reason, he does 2.5 and just gets to walk. And they're both out. I was surprised that freaking even the woman was out, because it's only the guy that got.
Yeah, she didn't really get that long.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Oh, she was actually in prison.
Yeah, she did get put in prison, but I can't believe that she was out so quickly, because I know she didn't do the hack, but in America it's like, it depends what state you're in, I know, but like I've seen cases where there's just been a car of people, and then they get into an altercation with another group of people. Someone shoots someone, and it almost doesn't matter who fired the gun. Everybody in the car is now complicit, and they all get charged with murder, all get given life sentences just because they were there. And like, so in this instance, she clearly knew about this. They successfully sold loads of stuff. In this documentary, it has all their friends there, and they're like, oh yeah, Ilya, we knew he'd made a couple of million, but their lifestyle that they were leading was well above their means. And it was because they were selling hundreds of thousands, if not millions, worth of this Bitcoin that they were successfully getting off the exchange. It just took them a while to follow his trail. And then once they caught up with him, that was it. But he
surely would have gone to another. You would have, gone to another country in that situation.
Yeah, he stayed in New York. He was insane. He lived in San Francisco, and then the hack happened, and he moves, and he goes to New York. I think the reason why he got caught is fundamentally because of his missus. She wanted to be this rapper. She wanted to be in New York, the hip scene, for all that stuff. So it looks like he's done it for her because she wants this big career in entertainment. And she's like, yeah, New York's where it's at. I think if he had his way, he'd have disappeared to a small little island somewhere where he took a couple of million out every couple of years and been golden.
Exactly. Created new identity in some poor country or something, and just got away with it and built your network and just spent gone between some of these countries. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
No. But he got away with it anyway because he's out. So there
Yeah,
we go.
I wonder how much
Prime
money he
pays.
made off it.
Yeah, I wonder what his deal is. But our next story is about DCA. So we've got someone here, got a 30-second clip of just all their dollar cost averaging. Basically, he's bought $30 a day in Bitcoin for 7 years and 10 months and 12 days. At least this was right at the time of writing, about 5 days ago. So basically spent 86 grand on Bitcoin and it's now worth a milli. So that's the ultimate DCA, right?
Ultimate.
$30. No big lumps. Clearly, like, not a particularly rich person. Admittedly, $30 a day is quite a sizable amount. If you work it out
Yeah,
monthly,
it's
that's
just under a
90.
grand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nearly a grand a month, which that's nice chunky DCA. But yeah, if you're earning all right money, a lot of people kind of have that $1,000 sloshing about, and people tend to spend that on stuff that they want, right? Might be saving it for a holiday, might be buy some new clothes, like some type of purchase. And but he's just gone now.
Or a
Sacrificed all
sacrifice, I
that.
thought. Or just sacrificing, when you think about you paying for lunch or
Yeah.
coffees, as our friend that's no longer with us, all these little desserts, they all add up. One of those a day, and that's your 30, right?
Yeah.
So
Maybe just
it all
stop
adds up.
smoking. Yeah, I know loads of people that smoke
Yeah.
and vape. That's $30 a day.
Yeah.
Smoking and vaping.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, it depends how much you smoke, but like, yeah,
It's been
it
about 10
can
or
be.
15 now.
It can be. Depends how much. But I've got relatives that easily smoke 30 quid a day. Was it a
Yeah, I
pack of
don't know
fags
how
now at
much.
15 quid? I don't know.
20 pack? I don't know. I never.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Yeah, but
But if you add on a meal or something like that, you go out, or it all adds up, doesn't it?
yeah, even just like if you're young, like going out to the pub, like that's an easy $30 little event, isn't it? For every day that you do that, and yeah, fair play. They're now a millionaire. 86. They did put 86 grand in over basically 8 years. So what is it? 2018 they started, and yeah,
Mm,
fair play.
yeah.
Don't. I can guarantee if you ask that person, like, what do you think about the price of Bitcoin? They'll just sign a shrug because they have no clue what their purchase price is. I must admit, the one downside of this, though, just going back to the tax conversation, what a fucking nightmare his tax return is going to be. Imagine just selling.
Just
Like,
needs to move.
I know, but yeah, you'd have to move to a jurisdiction that has zero tax. Yeah, but for $1 million, though, it's not. You can't move.
Well, it depends
Not,
what country. If you
not.
go to Eastern Europe, live
No,
like a king.
and yeah, for a milli. Yeah, I don't know, but let's just say he doesn't, and at some point he wants to sell, 100K of that or whatever for some stuff. Oh my word, that is a lot of $30 buys. He's gonna have to add up, and
Well, you can. I was going to say from places like Coinbase, you can extract it.
you you can but I think he's definitely gonna have to buy some software that he can just put that report into and have it work it out for him because it's gonna take freaking hours and hours and hours to work it out and they don't like you doing averages and all that kind of stuff. They'll want to go like, no, where's all your sales? It's like, well, where's all your buys? And then I know your sales here, you sold at that price, that's fine. What did you buy at? What's your profit? And oh my God, working out your profit. He basically brought it 1,000 different prices. So it's a great way of doing it. Just fucking, you're gonna have to have a good tax accountant to help you at the end.
Do you think you could be so disciplined to do it? And also, the $30 that he did, Are we also including the fees? So, like in the UK, it might be, again, as we know, we could be a maker of the trade, and therefore it could be, I don't know, 30p on one day, a quid on another day, right? So, but do you think it was just 30 straight or 30 and change?
Um, I'd imagine it'll be 30 straight and the fees would be taken out of it. So
Right,
he was probably
yeah.
doing 29 something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So
like
it's even
on
less,
on his little
technically.
yeah, because on his video, it's oh annoyingly, yeah. Why is it cut off? On his video it just says $30 on it all.
Yes.
So as far as he's concerned, he's paying $30. But yeah, he won't be getting $30 worth of Bitcoin. He'll be getting slightly less. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So,
it is an important
it's
point though. Quite often the fees don't make sense. To do it every day,
correct.
the fees tend to be more because they kind of got a minimum, haven't they? Whether you're buying a
Correct.
pound or 10 grand sometimes, it can always be a pound. So maybe
Yes.
you might have ended up paying a pound of every 30, whereas you maybe only need to pay a pound of every 1,000.
Correct. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was just like, okay, I get it. It's nice, but maybe it's better to save it, do it every week or every two, and DCA that way. But the discipline is there, which is amazing.
Yeah. I'd imagine he might be one of these people that almost doesn't trust himself, just
Yeah.
like, it's one of them because if you do it every 2 weeks, well, that's like quite a chunk of cash, isn't it? That's going to be, what is it, the 450 or whatever. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, 450, do I really want it? I have seen
That's,
a new watch, or and before you know it, I won't do the full 450. I do 450 for this, and who knows? But when you're just doing 30 every day, and it's just set and forget, and
yeah.
I think it's just like his own personal tax on himself, isn't it? Just to go, I'm going to do this every day. Wonder if he's
Yeah.
still doing it now.
I mean, if you've got it there as well, because like you say, 30 going in doesn't hurt as much, and if it's in the account, it's just going out. But it's like being taxed, you don't miss the money that you don't have. Whereas if you can see it and you think, oh, yeah, could
Yeah.
use X, Y, and Z. We were talking about it the other day, right? In terms of it.
It's like the Revolut rounding up the spare change, isn't it, and 10xing it.
Yeah.
But you
It
kind of
feels
think,
expensive, but you don't really notice it. It's just kind of gone, and you just end up living to what you have left. And then you just suddenly realize, if I click this Bitcoin tab, there's a fuck ton of money in here that's been stolen from me by myself. And you're like, I'm glad I stole that money from myself because it did a
Yeah.
lot better over here than it would have if it had stayed
Yeah.
over here.
I was telling some people in work about that, and they're just like, I think the looks on their face said it all. They're just like, what on earth are you doing? And they're like, that's your spends. I'm like, yeah, it's my spends. It means I'm always wondering where my money is because it all, it rounds it up times it by 10. And I was
Yeah.
giving some examples. So I was like, if you spend a pound, it rounds up by another pound and times it by 10. So that thing which should have cost you £1 cost you £11. And they're just like, the looks on their face was just like, they honestly just could not believe it.
Like, that just sounds so stupid. Like, it's fantastic because
Yeah.
you should still just stack anyway. But it's great that on your day-to-day spends, you're also stacking. And yeah, I used to go out of the house like multiple times a day just to like do it. Just keep to get a thrill.
Yeah.
Buying something and having it 10x. I'm like, oh, I bought like £24 of Bitcoin today. Just I bought my lunch, got a haircut, and then just bought a freaking sausage roll on the way home as well, just to stack again.
Just to throw a sausage roll on the floor. I was having a look around Revolut and I couldn't work out to extract it because if you can extract obviously how much you put in versus what you've got, that's what I'm quite interested in.
Mm.
Yeah, you can. The limits used
Probably
to
on
be
the
very low.
website.
It used to be to do it on the app. Admittedly, I haven't obviously used Revolut to stack for a while, but when I was there, they had quite a lot of limitations. But then the last story I heard on it was, I think they had, what was the limitation? I think it's around that £1,000 mark. I think a month. I think it's £500 a day and £1,000 a month was the limits. So it took me forever to get it out because I've been stacking in there for years and years and years.
Yeah, so I've
But
got
then
about 5 or 6 years now. Like I've been doing it for some time,
yeah,
and it
but that's
has
like, look,
mounted
they
up.
increased the limits to like 50 to 100K, like a month.
Well, you have to
Um,
point out to me where to get the extract because I would be really, really interested how much I've put in fiat and how much I've had out in Bitcoin.
for the actual extract on all your buyers and sales, you have to ask support for that.
That's annoying. That should be standard.
Yeah, and that was also a nightmare. That I felt like that guy then. I actually had thousands of transactions, all for anything from 10p to £10 over about a 7 year period. Just been like fucking multiple a day. I'm like, oh my, I have no clue like what the hell I bought this Bitcoin for. But yeah, I wanted it gone. I wanted it out of Revolut because it just got to. There's just too much in there. It's just silly. Right. Talking about silly. Let's talk about this. The Gigacuck. We don't have positive stories on the Gigacuck anymore. Only
Nah.
negative. So this is a great little 1 minute 20 video which I will play. So it's as if Michael Saylor was in Shark Tank or in the UK Dragon's Den pitching his business MicroStrategy.
Hello, sharks. I'm looking for 1% of $200 trillion of digital capital backed by digital credit in exchange for 0% of my company, MicroStrategy.
You haven't explained how I make money, which is the most important thing.
Because there's no chance of you making money on this. First, we had Bitcoin, which is digital capital. Now we have Strategy pioneering digital credit. In the future, we're going to have digital money. We issue shares of our common stock to pay the dividend of our preferred equities. Then we use our different preferred equities to pay for the dividends of their other preferred equities.
Let's leave all the passion and all this kumbaya. Leave it aside for a second. In the end, Shark Tank's about making money.
Isaac Newton would have invented Bitcoin if he could have. In fact, he probably did.
I'm so frustrated. I have no idea. I really don't know what your business is. I don't know what your strategy is. I really don't know anything.
I went to MIT. We sold Nike Dunks and they're trading for like $2,000 on eBay.
Why are you here?
Sure, you can invest in a company like Nvidia or Microsoft or Tesla or Amazon or Apple that's trading at a 20 to 60x price to book. Or you can trade our company at a 1.19 MNAV during a Bitcoin bear market.
You're out of here. See you, buddy. Goodbye. Take the room.
Jeffrey Epstein said I was autistic.
To everybody who's watching, don't buy it. I'm out.
I love that closing statement. It got me the first time, which I watched it as well.
Yeah.
It is. I hate to say it, obviously, we kind of smelled a rat of him, but that is parody, but it's got a lot of actual real life common sense in the middle of
It
it.
really does.
When he has to explain his actual business model and all the various different preferred stock, equity, that's all real. There's like multiple layers of stock now, and he sells one stock to pay back these, and then he sells that stock to buy back that. Then he buys some Bitcoin with what's left over. It literally looks like a complete scam Ponzi scheme now, where he's stealing off Paul to pay Ben. You know, it's just it does not look good. And yeah, the only positive he's got is in the Epstein files. And even Epstein went, he's too autistic to fucking get on side this boy. Like, leave him alone. So it's the one positive Michael Saylor's got. He's not a pedo. I'm pretty sure he's like asexual. He just cares about fucking business. And,
Yeah. Because he's got no wife, no kids.
No.
Yeah.
And everyone that I know that has ever met him and spoken to him, and admittedly most of these people are just like Twitter people, they all just go, he's fucking weird. Like, he'll argue with you, like, over everything.
Yeah.
Like, you'll all be there, like, as Bitcoiners, talking positively about Bitcoin. Someone will say something, you'll just be like, no, that's not right. And then go on a half an hour rant. You know, who are you disagreeing with here? Like, we're all Bitcoiners. Like, we're not, you know, he just doesn't like making friends. He's not very socially competent. And I don't think he cares. He just wants to be the smartest guy in the room, no matter what the room. And unless everyone's just bowing down to him, saying how great he is and listening, he gets a bit pissed off. So even people like Epstein that were like dangling all these like goodies in front of him, he's just like, yeah, but what's your investment strategy? I want to know about the business stuff. And he's like, what do you mean? Everyone's fucking forgotten about business.
Do you know what's a pizza or a hot dog?
Yeah. I got 7 slices of pizza and 4 hot dogs for you, mate. And he's like, not even hungry.
And trifle for dessert.
Yeah. Michael Say is the kind of guy that, like, I think just eats like pills or something, just to get his nutrition more.
Like Brian Johnson.
Yeah, he strikes me as one of those boys that just eats efficiently and clean.
Or
But in reality, it just fucking poisons you. It's just like, eat fucking meat and 2 veg, bro.
or Sailor has the same 3 meals every day. Starts off day off with shreddies, has a tuna sandwich for lunch, and then has a steak for dinner. Done.
What the fuck? Who you talk about that? How do you know my fucking habit? That is nearly identical to what I do now, but I just switched out the shreddies for a bacon sandwich. But I am still the same.
I was going to say you used to eat shreddies every morning back in the day.
Yeah, I've upgraded to a bacon sandwich now.
Bowling now.
Yeah.
Yeah, great video to finish with.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Sweet. There's another
There
one.
you have it.
In the
Another
bag.
one in the can. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks once again, viewers and listeners. This has been another podcast brought to you by Mr. All-In, aka the $1 Trillion Man, Dr. Evil 10%, aka the People's Champ, myself, Sir Neverlook, aka the Excellence of Execution, and no surprise, she wasn't here, Miss No Show. Peace.